Thanks for tuning into the channel. So today we're going to be talking about the car market. Is it collapsing? Is there a reset? Is the world ending? Well, we're going to talk about it. And stay tuned because I'm going to share the screen. We're going to go on Auto Trader. We're going to be seeing, how the car market's looking. So definitely stay tuned for that. Now, if you do Turo or you're thinking about doing Turo, or maybe you don't know what Turo is, that's a platform that you can share your car. And I'm on Turo. I am a Turo host, and everything that I use for my fleet on Turo platform, I put the link in the description box. So if you want to check that out, you want to know the lockbox I use and no smoking stickers and things like that, go ahead and check out that link. If you have questions about Turo or you're thinking about doing it or you don't know what it is, let me know down in the comments below. Now let's go ahead and get into it. The car market. Now, there's going to be different opinions based on the car market and the economy. A lot of people are saying the world's basically going to end, that prices are too high, no one can afford these prices, and a lot of negative news. The reality is prices are high. There's a large portion of people that cannot afford it, and I do see things changing. To me, this was expected because when COVID hit us, right, it affected a lot of industries, if not basically all of them. And what it did, right, it caused a shortage. And there was still a demand at the time, and then prices just went through the roof. Now, a lot, people are back to work, and things have gotten back to normal. Inventory levels now it's growing because what happens is with this increase in price, we got high inflation. And then what the feds did, they started to increase the interest, right, to fight the inflation. And then where are we now? We have high prices and high interest. And usually that doesn't happen. If interest rates are high, prices are low. But we didn't get that. We have both high. Luckily, though, inflation's come down big time. And what a lot of people are not talking about is we can get into a situation where we have a soft landing. What I mean by that, the feds are saying they're indicating that they're going to actually cut rates in September. So September 18th is a big day. The feds are going to have a meeting, and they're going to decide if they're going to cut rates, and if they do, by how much. And they're saying there could be up to 3 rate cuts this year. If we start seeing interest rates go down, right, that's going to make things more affordable for people that are financing. So low rates, good. Prices are coming down because there are incentives. So dealerships right now are having issues selling cars because the demand is not there and their inventory is growing. So affordability is a huge problem. Now, what car companies are doing with their brand new cars, they're doing really good incentives. Now, you have to qualify for them. So not everyone's going to qualify for them. It's going to be based on your credit score, right? And that's going to vary. If you have good credit, you're going to get the best terms. If you don't have great credit, you're not going to get the best terms. And that's nothing new. It's always been that way. So it's very important to find out what your credit score is. If you don't know it, you can download Credit Karma, sign up, and that can give you a ballpark of where your credit's looking like. So very important to know where your credit's at to kind of see where you fall. You can't just believe what the salesperson that works at the car dealership tells you, because they're going to tell you what's in their best interest, what's best for the dealership, right? The dealership's going to train their staff to benefit the dealership. And by them benefiting the dealership is how they're going to make their bonuses and things like that. So if they want to be successful in the car business and they hope to move up and things like that, they got to sell cars. They got to, make money for the car dealership. So you don't want to listen to them because they may be giving you good advice, but remember, they're all about making money for the dealership. That's the company that gives them a paycheck. And that's why you need to do your homework. But for those of you that need to buy a car right now, right? There's people right now that got in an accident, their car's a total loss, or their car's really old, the engine blew up on them, and they need a car. Is right now the worst time ever to buy a car because everything's so high, or is it a better time? In my opinion, is a better time. And the reason is prices have been coming down. Now, I don't know if you're buying new. I don't know if you're buying used, right? But when it comes to new cars, car companies, now, of course, it's going to be based on your credit, are already offering great interest rates. If you, depending, of course, on your credit score and you're going to be financing through them, they're offering great deals on certain vehicles. So vehicles that they really want to, sell, they're doing some great incentives. They're starting to discount cars heavily. They're starting to do lease specials because some people like to lease. And the people that are financing, again, based on their score, they're starting to offer low rates, even though rates are not low right now. For example, let's say Ford Motor Company right now, you go buy a Ford, some of the Fords they really want to push, they're offering rates extremely low, again, with approved credit, and that's going to be financed through Ford Motor Company. So Ford's doing this. Why? To move inventory. So there are some good deals, believe it or not, on brand new cars. And then if you're looking on the used car side, cars are sitting on the inventory longer. And because of that, they're starting to reduce their pre-owned cars. So if you're a cash buyer, you can find a good deal on a used car. Now, if you are financing, unfortunately, rates are not great. They've come down, which is good, but they're just not great yet. But with Feds planning to cut rates in September, which that's not too far away, right? And then maybe even in November and December, if we have 3 rate cuts this year going into 2025, used car deals can start getting a lot better, because if prices are coming down on the pre-owned cars and we can get the rates to come down, affordability is going to go up. As soon as rates start to come down, affordability starts to go up, because interest, if you're financing a car, the rate has a huge impact on your payment, on affordability. And that doesn't just go for cars, that goes for anything that you're financing. As soon as rates start to go down, this could really help the economy, because affordability will go up. Now, I'm not saying that things are low. I'm just saying that prices are coming down. And as prices come down and if rates come down, affordability will go up. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. That way we could see different car dealerships and the cars on the market. So we're going to go to Auto Trader, which if you watch my videos, you know this is one of my favorite websites. I know there's other ones. There's cars.com. There's Car Gurus. I'm not, getting sponsored or anything. I'm just sharing with you the website that I use and that I like. Some of you may like this website. Some of you may not know about it. And now I'm introducing it to you if you want to go ahead and check it out. Now let me go to advanced search. I like to do this. That way I can play with it a little bit more. So one important thing, you want to put the zip code that you live in, and then you put the radius. How far are you willing to travel for that car deal, right? That's up to you. In this case, I'm going to put 100 miles away from the zip code. Maximum price, I'm not going to put one, so I'm going to let everything come up. So we're going to see all sorts of prices. I'm not going to pick a style. So again, we're going to see all types of vehicles. Year, I am going to put a year. I'm going to put something a lot newer. So what, we're in 24. Let's go with 21 and up. Again, I'm not going to put a make or trim or anything like that. But the reason I'm going through this too, so you can see how many things you could specify. You can put that you want a 4-door or 2-door. You can pick the color. You can put in keywords. That way you can narrow your search exactly what you're looking for, and you don't waste your time looking at cars that don't catch your interest. But for my goal here, I want everything to come up. And the reason for that is, well, we're going to start seeing a lot of the photos, you're going to see reduced price, reduced price, reduced price. Why? Because car dealerships are having problems selling cars. And why is that? Of course, affordability, right? People are having a hard time affording these cars. So let's go ahead and hit search, see what pops up. So like I said, we're going to see everything, right? We got a Range Rover on here for well over $100,000. And then we got a Jeep Compass for about $25,000. So we're going to be seeing all sorts of prices. Now, when it comes to affordability, usually if you're looking at a Range Rover, you're probably not too worried about the price as much as other cars. But here we go, right? We got the Porsche Macan, and what we see right away, reduced price. We got another one right next to it, reduced price. And then, man, these Porsche Macans are really reduced price, right? These, the newly listed, you're not going to see reduced price. And the reason for that is they just got the car in inventory. They just put it for sale. So they're going to try for a little while, sell at the price that, they hope to sell it at. Here we go. Here's actually a 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee. And they're asking $39,500. This car has let's just call it 800 miles. That's practically a brand new car. I'm sure one of these, because I've looked at them brand new, they're about like 45,000 on the window, like MSRP ballpark. It could be a little bit more, but around that area. Now, Jeep is starting to do heavy incentives, so you can pick up a brand new one for good discounts. But just showing you that right there, basically brand new Jeep under 40. Here we go, Toyota RAV4, reduced price. And when I reduced price. So that's what I wanted to show you before, especially around COVID time. This wasn't something that you would see. You wouldn't see a ton of cars with reduced price. You may see one here or there, but it was more rare. Now you go on Auto Trader or any of these websites, I'm sure, but I use Auto Trader, and I just start to see reduced price left and right, like all over the place. They're having a difficult time selling, so they're dropping prices. And that another Porsche Macan, you might be able to pick up Porsche Macans maybe at a good deal because I'm seeing a lot of them are having price drops. But let's just, there seems to be a lot on the market right now. So I'm gonna click this white one. It's pretty nice. Now, one thing that I always show in the videos, I showed this in past videos, is boom, right here. Vehicle pricing history. I love that. I can see they listed the car on the internet on the 22nd. And they did a price drop on August 1st. They did another price drop August 9th. I can see that this car's been on the inventory for a while. They've done multiple price drops. They're getting to the point either they got to sell it or they're going to try to auction it off. And because they usually do about 3 price cuts. When you see a car do 3 price cuts, they're in the cut. Basically the dealerships is like, all right, we've had it here at the lot. We've done multiple price drops. It's not selling. We got to get it off our books. And what they're going to do is they're going to auction it off. Car dealerships don't like taking the cars to auction. Why? It costs money to have them go to the auction. There's fees there. And then most likely they're not going to sell it at what they want. They may take a loss for it because another car dealership is most likely going to buy it with the goal to resell it. And right now, other car companies know that they're having a hard time selling cars. So if this car went to auction and you're a car dealership, what are you going to try to do? You're going to try to get it for the best possible deal because you know that if they weren't able to sell it at $63,000, they weren't able to sell it at $58,000, you're going to try to pick it up for cheaper because you're going to put it at your line. You're going to say, well, I'm probably going to have to try to sell this car now at 55. So then that dealership that bought it either at auction or a trade-in, however they got that car, they're going to most likely take a loss just to get it off their books. And I love that Auto Trader shows this because this lets me know if I'm in the market, let's say I want to buy this vehicle and I see that's been on the lot that long, I'm going to go in there with the mindset, hey, I'm going to negotiate. Now, there's some dealerships out there that don't allow negotiating. They do the upfront pricing. I tend to stay away from those dealerships. Now, believe it or not, I've actually purchased at those dealerships that do upfront pricing. But before I buy one of those car dealerships, I do my homework. But most of the time, I stay away from them. I like to go to a car dealership that you can negotiate. So if this is a dealership that can negotiate, I'm definitely going to try to get it less than $58,899 in this example. Now, I'm sure I'll get some comments saying that the car's still expensive. Again, I'm not saying that they're not. I'm just saying that prices are dropping and that if interest rates start to go down as well, affordability will go up. And hopefully that can lead us into a better year for 2025. But I don't know if that will happen. I don't have a crystal ball. But I'm just saying if rates start to go down and prices go down, eventually things will get better. But right now, we're going, it's not getting better. Things are going worse. So hopefully with rate cuts and prices going down, things will eventually get better. Because right now, we've been, things started good for the beginning of 2024 and they're going down now. And that was just bound to happen because prices eventually had to stop just going up. Everything's just been going up, 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 up. But as you can see here, so you get the point here on Auto Trader. And if you didn't, leave some comments down below. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. But the main point of this was to show you some different car dealerships selling different cars and showing you that prices are coming down. Talked a little bit about the Feds that looks like, rate cuts are coming. And if they actually do come, this is a good thing for the economy. And for those of you that are in the car market, if you are buying a car, depending on, what type of car you're looking at. If you're looking at used cars that are fairly new, I would go with new first because there's better interest rates on new cars than there are on used cars, and there's a lot of incentives, with discounts on the MSRP, plus those special APRs they're doing on brand new vehicles. And those special APRs are not being, they're not offering them on pre-owned. So it's something to consider if you are looking at something fairly new. Now, if you're looking for a car that's a lot older, like 7, 8 years old, then, and of course, then, there's going to be a big difference from new, depending, of course, on the car, but just depends on your situation, what you're looking for. If you found the video helpful, smash the like button. Do me a big favor also, subscribe to the channel. And I really appreciate everyone that watched the video. And don't be shy. If you have any questions or want to leave a comment, go ahead, do that on the bottom. Thanks again. See you on the next one.